Hi, and welcome to Farmacy Project's new cooking show, Cooking with the Share. Today, this is our very first episode, and I want to welcome Jackie and John Plew, Farmacy members. So Farmacy Project is a doctor-prescribed CSA share of vegetables. And these vegetables are all full of nutrients and vitamins and are delicious. So it's a great way to get all of the nutrition that you need. And just cooking with fresh vegetables is always a great idea. And we can all eat more vegetables.
Yes, fresh is best.
Yeah, yes, fresh is best. So today, this week in our share, we had some Swiss chard, cherry tomatoes, sweet carrots, some fresh onions, some sweet peppers, a cabbage. And did I miss anything? Oh, eggplant.
Eggplant.
Yes. Oh, and cucumbers. So
Yes.
we are cooking with everything today. And we're just going to do some wonderful, and we also got some peaches, some local peaches as well. So we're going to be making a peach lemon sorbet, a cold noodle salad with lots of veggies, and baba ganoush, which is kind of like a hummus, but without chickpeas, and we're going to use roasted eggplant instead. So John here is actually an expert chef who has cooked all over the place, all over the East Coast. And John's going to talk to us about knife sharpening skills because we're going to be cutting a lot of vegetables here. And then we'll go to town on our veggies and talk about what we love about them. And we've also got a lot of good tricks to teach you about how to break down veggies quickly and that won't hurt your wrist. So take it away, John.
Well, you know, a dull knife cut you worse than a sharp knife.
That is
Yeah.
true.
But you hold your knife in your right hand and 45-degree angle and just go down and do that about 4 or 5 times. Well, if you get good, you can do this, like this. Then what you do is, you think you're sharp enough, you just go like this.
Be careful.
Does it feel good?
Yes,
Okay.
it's sharper than it was. If not, you just do it again. Always go away from you so you don't cut yourself. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes it relieves shaving if you don't wipe it off.
Right, metal
Okay.
shavings.
It'll get on your vegetables, which you don't want.
No, yeah. That's not a healthy, nutritious
Does
not
mineral.
sound good.
Takes a long time to use it still. They got other types, but
So 45-degree angle.
yes.
Okay, so
45.
how, like, show us again, like, I just want to capture that angle. So is
See
it
like
like,
this?
yep, and try and show the camera a different angle of it so we can see.
Yeah.
I know, it's kind of hard. It's like the
Okay.
anti-sharpening.
You can do it like this.
Got it, beautiful.
Right, that's what that guard is for there by his hand.
Guard.
God
So that it
will
doesn't
protect you.
Okay.
Right.
But there's other chefs that I know that do things different than me.
And would you say this is safe for kids to do too?
I
If
don't.
like a supervision?
Yeah, supervision,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, not
But
alone.
if they slip and come up here, they
Okay.
cut your
Get the top of
finger,
the
Okay.
knuckle.
All
top
right,
knuckle.
cool, thank you. Let me
You're welcome.
declutter. All right, so now that our knife is, we've got one sharp knife, well, no, they're all sharp knives here.
Yeah.
We will start breaking down our veggies. So I'm going to share a cutting board with John, and you're going to be cutting carrots for
Carrots,
us. Can you talk
yep.
to us what you have a nice little trick about carrots, and then we're also talking about why we're keeping the peels on these carrots.
Carrot, you can peel them, but these are fresh, you don't have to. But if you use to peel them in your spaghetti sauce, when it gets bitter, you can put maybe 4 or 5 pieces of shaving in there, and the spaghetti sauce won't taste bitter.
So that, like,
Right,
instead of
no,
sugar?
right,
Yes.
instead
Oh,
of
okay,
sugar.
cool.
For like a diabetic or
Some
someone
people
watching
can't
the
have sugar.
intake or anything
Some
like that.
people,
Or carrot enthusiasts?
Right,
yeah,
that too.
Yeah.
yeah.
That, I'm going to try that too. Because I never even really put sugar in, but now I want to see what carrot
Yeah,
peels are
carrot
like.
will work
All right,
because
cool.
it will float to the top and you skim it out.
All right, so take it away with the carrots. While you're chopping the carrots up, Jackie's going to talk about cherry tomatoes.
Actually, they're grape tomatoes, but they're pretty cool anyway. I learned a trick a long time ago about how an easy way to slice them all at once and be like really fast. And it's, pretty safe. You're not going to hurt yourself. You get 2 lids, like 2 plastic lids
Oh, yeah, that's
or whatever, and you put them like together, and you put the tomatoes like in between the lids, and then you can run the knife right down the center like this, hold the lids together, run the knife right down the center, and then you've got all of them sliced in half at once.
Wow, look at that. Oh my, sorry, I don't want to reach across, but those
But you
are
have
like
them all
perfectly,
sliced.
that is a very cool trick.
Yeah, sliced in half at
Yeah.
once. It's
I
really
did not
cool.
know that. You just saved me probably half an hour.
Yes, it
Oh,
is.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
One at a time.
I'm-
I'm one of those slow, precise cherry
You
tomato
know?
cutters.
No,
Do we have like a little bowl to put them in?
Yeah, I can get the bowl for you.
Okay.
Tuck it back here. Oh, you got one?
I got one.
Okay. All right.
you want.
So now that you've got that, you want to talk about, I can do the onion. You want to
Okay.
do some peppers, Jackie?
Sure. I well, I
Oh,
had
you've got
a
that.
stroke when I was 18, so my left hand just kind of does its own thing.
Oh, wow.
But I really keep an eye on it because, it behaves itself most of the time, but, you never know. So I kind of slice things a little odd.
Things taste delicious. It's
Oh, yeah.
always like, I think just as long as things can fit in your mouth, like it doesn't really matter about. So I also am cutting, the nice thing about fresh onions is that they don't make your eyes water like the other kind. Well, we'll see if that's true in a minute, right?
Well, if you freeze an onion, it doesn't
yeah.
make your eyes
Freeze
water
them
either.
or put a
Yeah.
matchstick in your mouth.
What?
Yeah,
A
that's
matchstick?
Yes.
Yeah, because
Why?
of the
Sulfur.
The sulfur
on the
that's
end-
in the
end of
matchstick
it.
will
You
keep
won't
it
crack.
from burning your eyes.
Okay, yeah.
'Cause the sulfur
Do we
will
have a
absorb the
matchstick?
odor.
Now I'm very curious.
Or
I see
they
a wooden
got
mallet.
goggles that you can wear.
Oh yeah, I usually just power through and I'm like, this will pass. This is worth it, all for the love of the onion. So I'm holding my onion like an eagle claw just to keep my and it's always watch your thumb. That's the one
Yep.
that you're like, oh, that's fine. Chop
Yep.
it off. So I'm just cutting off the ends, doing it like a guillotine, and then I'm just sliding it down. So now we have our onion. I'm just going to peel this little layer off.
Yep. There's a trick to it too. If you don't want to cut it,
Yeah.
cut the end off. It'll be flat, set like that.
Oh, okay, cool.
Right.
Chop
Like
the end
flat
off.
side.
Yeah.
And it
flat
won't
side
move
on
like
it.
that.
So if I wanted to keep it up this way,
Right.
you could just make a little platform. And that's
Right.
true with carrots too.
Yeah.
You cut
With
the little
just about all
platform
of
on your veggies. So,
Right.
because carrots are actually one of the hardest ones to cut because they're so round. So that works as well.
And hard. Sweet potatoes are really hard to cut sometimes because they're hard.
Yeah.
And carrots are very closely related to sweet potatoes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What has been your favorite veggie? Have you guys discovered, I mean,
Oh.
you've been in Pharmacy members for how long now?
About four years, I think.
4
Yeah.
years? Have you discovered new veggies along the way?
Oh, yeah.
Like what?
Bok choy. I love that.
Yeah, what do you
And-
like to
and
do
it's-
with it?
Well, I like to cut it into small little chunks and saute it in butter. I like butter.
Oh, nice. Here's a
Saute
knife
it
there.
in butter, add a little Parmesan cheese or shredded cheese of, choice,
Cool.
at the very end. I was looking in a recipe book this morning about Brussels sprouts,
Yeah.
about how they do it. And it's like, oh, look, that recipe is almost like mine, except for instead of using bacon, they use little pork strips. And or pulled pork like, and it's like, okay, that works.
Huh.
But in the Brussels sprouts, when cooking it, you saute it in butter and then add the bacon and Parmesan cheese at the end. And it's like, that's the way I like it the best.
Yeah.
To everybody around,
I love that. I love that. I like bok choy.
Oh,
Just, I just chop it up. Cool. It's a goner.
tomato.
It was nice knowing you.
Right?
I like to just chop it up raw with olive oil and some
Oh,
salt
there you go.
and lemon juice and just eat it like a raw salad because the stems are so crunchy
Oh,
and just
yeah.
like, I feel like I want to store them in my cheeks like a squirrel for the winter.
Here goes some more
They're
tomatoes.
so fresh and like full of water and refreshing. All right,
And your
so I
hands
think
are safe and nobody gets cut.
we've got some pretty looking things. I think I'm going to start on the dressing. So We've got some udon noodles, which are a wheat Japanese noodle. And they've got more, they're more whole grainy than the pasta that we kind of eat. So it's a healthier option. And it also comes with these fun little papers that you pull off and the noodles break off.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's kind of a perk. So this is going to be just an olive oil, tahini, white rice wine vinegar, garlic and ginger recipe.
That sounds good.
So, and I'm going to borrow the tahini from you, Jackie, when you're...
Right over here.
And then, thank you.
You're welcome.
We did send the recipes to Peg TV that they could share on the website. There are measurements involved, but I don't really follow measurements.
I'm not one
Me
for
either.
recipes either. I mean,
I
It's-
cook
So
some
I'm just gonna, like, if you
everything's
know,
to taste, whatever your preference is.
Yeah.
For taste.
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm
It's
just gonna,
kinda
I like
science,
plops
yeah,
and
bacon.
dabs and boops when I'm cooking. Do you guys have any words you use at home for measurements?
I do measuring, but not very much.
Yeah. So what do you call them, like handfuls or like pinches?
Got a dash of this and a dash of that.
Yeah, yeah.
Got a whole bunch of this and a whole bunch of that. Garlic
Yeah.
has to be the whole bunch of everything.
I'm just gonna go over here, grab that. And sadly, I couldn't find any ginger, so I'm using some canned jar ginger, which I'm sure will suffice.
Yeah, it'll work.
And then I'm also using some smoked paprika, which is always a good idea in anything you cook. I love this seasoning.
Have you ever tried the Mexican smoked paprika?
No.
It's really good.
Where do you find
It's not
it?
as spicy, but it's got more of a smoke to it, I think.
Huh.
It's really good.
That sounds good. Yeah,
like that.
I love like chipotle.
Yep.
I bet a chipotle paprika blend together would be really
Oh,
good
there you
too.
go.
Those peppers look great. Jackie, tell us if do you have any tips on cutting down peppers?
Well, I always cut the crown off first, and then I take out the insides and all the seeds and the ribs, and then I just cut them up into little slices, and then I cut those slices into little chunks.
Nice.
I'm just
This
up
dressing is
some
starting to
garlic.
smell really good. You want to give it a whiff and see if I should add anything extra to it?
Ooh, that does look good.
What do you
Pepper.
think? Pepper? Black pepper?
Yep.
Did you already add lemon?
No.
Because it would hurt.
No, this
Lemon,
recipe didn't
pepper.
call for lemon, but
No?
yeah, it does need something acidic. There's a rice wine vinegar in it.
Oh, there we go. That's
yeah.
maybe that's it.
That's it? That's good?
That's it.
I don't use vinegar, but
I'm gonna
everybody
scooch
does.
behind you and see if I
Vinegar,
can find some black pepper
yep.
up in this. Yep. All right,
Little clouds of
so
everything.
Yeah, there you go. That was good for you.
that looks great. John, do you
I
have any
always have
tips
a-
about cutting sweet peppers?
There's different ways you can don't cut the crown off, cut it on the side all the way, and you can throw everything away. The outer seeds being attached.
Yeah.
You cut it on the side, like. pick
Yeah,
the-
that one has a blemish on it, but we're just cutting around. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Just cut it like that all
Yep.
the way around, and just throw the whole
Nice.
thing away.
Cool.
Well, I can do it that way.
All right, so I think this dressing, I'm keeping it a little, maybe I'll add a little bit more olive oil to it just to stretch it a little bit more. And I know a lot of our members are very mindful about salt, so we're not adding any salt.
Yeah.
But there is rice wine vinegar in it, which, just like how lemon can be
If
a good
you use,
substitute for salt for
pink-
people that
some-
can't.
What's that called?
The pink Himalayan salt? It
Yeah,
doesn't-
oh, so
it
that's,
doesn't taste so sodium-like.
Yeah, don't taste that.
Yeah, because I don't care for the flavor of salt, but I like some.
I've never heard anybody utter those words. Really?
Yeah.
You're
I
not a
don't- I
salty
don't-
person?
No,
Nope.
I'm not a salty
Neither of
kind
you.
girl. I like garlic.
Wow.
Go.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just tossing the
Anything
noodles
garlic. No
in the
vampires my
sauce
house.
here.
No.
Ugh. No vampires in my house. I took the skin off that eggplant. I thought that's what I was supposed to do. I
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
And there is a recipe right there.
That's what I thought.
And
I
then
was
you can
looking at
just,
it.
it's not plugged in, but the blade and the the bowl are both
We're
secure.
all set up, huh?
So I can run around the corner and plug that in for you if you like, or if you could reach it. All right, so those are done. I'm going to toss in our onions. And then, Jackie, I could grab your peppers.
Alrighty.
Oops. Here you go.
Oh, watch. Here's a trick.
Yes.
Way nothing gets anywhere. Just kind of set it on the edge, and it just kind of comes right off.
Or you can
Use the back
use
side of
the
a knife.
back
Perfect.
part of the knife and
go.
scrape.
Great.
Or you got a bench knife,
Right?
one of them.
Okay. I'll scooch these, do the trick. And then, John, do you want to cut up half one of these, whichever one you want for the rest of the veggies?
So I was letting them know at work. I said, it's kind of like cooking with Julia, except for cooking with Grace and John. Bon appetit.
And for me, it's cooking with John and Jackie.
There you go.
Now this is your show.
All right, is that done? Here, let me grab, actually, Jackie, can you hand me the compost bucket, please? And we can
Yes.
tidy up our
Yep.
areas here.
Okay.
Clean as
got
you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
My boss would say, focus, focus. Love him.
Where do you work?
I work at McDonald's on South Main Street.
South Main, okay.
I've been at McDonald's since '03, so
Are
I am
you
a
cook?
lifer.
Are you a cook?
No. Well, I'm everything. I'm actually a customer service rep. I make everybody smile for a living.
Aw, yeah, you
I make them
do a
smile
good job
for a
at that,
living.
that's for sure.
I stir occasional coffees too. No, I just make everybody smile.
Did you take the
That's my job description.
rib out?
A little
The
bit.
ribs?
I just kind of whacked them. I tried to,
Okay,
yeah.
you said
So
the
the rib, let's
cucumber
talk
and-
about what you're talking about when you say that.
Because the rib is hard
Hard-
on it.
the hard core in the center.
Core, and it don't taste good.
So even if
really
I
bitter.
boiled it for like 40 minutes, it would still be like, okay.
You could
It'd
boil
be
everything.
still
I wouldn't
hard,
care.
and it's still there.
Yeah, it's pretty, there was a
should be
little
right there.
scooch of it
Right.
in there. I
Just a
don't know.
little tough.
A little tough,
Yeah.
you know.
All right.
So, what was I thinking?
So once we get that done,
The cucumber
Okay.
and wedges.
and then,
or-
yeah, we could do that while
Like
we're
wedges.
blending. If you want to go ahead and blend the,
Okay. Compost.
oh yeah,
There we go.
nice.
This is sharper than before.
Almost
Yeah.
went to the floor.
What's that?
Nothing. I forgot the step.
Oh,
But I
no.
almost went to the floor. It's
Oh, wow.
like, uh-oh. Okay, so you said like
You want
like
like
sticks, right?
lettuce, right?
Yeah. And I'll go ahead and start the,
Okay, so I was.
Baba
that's right,
ganoush.
That's right.
I
Yep.
can do it. Let me go switch over here. So, have you had baba ganoush before?
Never. Baba ganoush.
No.
Sounds good.
So we're gonna throw the garlic in and all of the seasonings and the eggplant. Basically everything can just go right in.
Oh,
We will.
And I'll grab the tahini. Whoop. Where did I put it? Over here. Sorry,
Roasted
pardon my reach,
eggplant
John.
Smells so good.
oh, okay.
The eggplant, I just
Smell-o-vision.
cut it in half and you know, rubbed it in olive oil,
Uh-huh.
the magic.
Cook
Maybe.
it, cut side down.
I cooked it cut side up,
Cooked
and
cut side
then
up.
I scored it. I just cut some little indentations into the flesh, just so everything can kind of soak in
So
and just kind of create this deliciousness.
that zucchini, you can
Oh, it's a
make it
cucumber.
fancy too. You got a fork.
Yeah, fork on the outside. But we're gonna cut them like in
Oh, yeah.
sticks to make for like dipping.
Oh, chip?
That sounds good. And then once that cabbage is done, Jackie, you could also add that to the rest of our noodle salad on the stove.
Okay.
And we can bring the peaches over too if you want, and you guys could start talking about peaches.
There you go. This cabbage going in this bowl?
Yes, I think that's the right bowl. I'm doing a little pinch of chili powder into the baba ganoush too, just to add a little bit of
Okay.
extra flavor. And I love cumin, however you say it. It's the best. It's traditionally used with Mexican food, but and
Yes.
Mediterranean, but it's like, it's so good in everything, right? So. I'm just squeezing this in. I see a few seeds popping in. So maybe we could talk about that when we start the peach lemon sorbet, how to take the seeds out. I'm just gonna use a fork to pull them out right now.
Yes.
And
If you got a big plate, you set it over
Right.
the top and shake it.
Shake it. Or a bowl with a lid,
Yeah. Another bowl.
right? This is okay.
You want to order this
It's not
in
doing too
there?
bad. Do you want the whole head of cabbage in or just that little?
oh no, just that little bit's good. That's
Okay.
plenty.
Okay.
I thought that looked pretty good.
Me too.
Great. All right, so let's switch
Smell-o-vision.
gears.
I can smell it. Each and every item.
And then we can swap that out. Why don't you push that board toward me and I'll push this toward you. And then we can talk peaches.
Ooh.
Have you had any of the peaches from your share yet?
No, I haven't.
Waiting for them to ripen a bit more?
Just a couple of days.
How do you ripen them up?
I put them in a brown paper bag in my fridge and let them just sit there for a couple of days. I have paper towels, wet paper towels in there with them so that they don't get gross.
So you put it down to a science, so you know exactly, like,
Just wet paper towels. I don't even wrap them up in it. I just grab a couple of wet paper towels and drop them in the bag.
I'm gonna
put
blend
it in
this
there with
real
a wet
quick.
It's not too loud.
Nope. I know, mine at home is like everything shuts down, you can't talk.
Yes. That's
So if you, peaches sometimes don't ripen evenly, so you could even rotate them in your bag
Right.
to
Right,
the area
right,
near
right.
the paper towel to,
Yes.
that is very exciting. Okay, I'm gonna keep this because I wanna use this zest for a cooking class we're gonna have after.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so, thank you, John.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna bloop this on there, get this out of the way. And, oh, we almost forgot your little beauties for the
Oh, tomatoes
salad.
in here.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so let's talk peaches. How do we chop them?
Well, I would score it around the
Around
circumference.
the
That way
outside
the
of
seed is
it.
in the center.
All right.
And then kind of like do like
Yeah,
little
go ahead and
wedges
show
right around the
us
seed.
if you can.
Okay. I'd like, take where you've got the center, you can see where the seed is and just go all the way around like that.
Yep.
Beautiful.
And then make like little wedges from that cut and they just fall off,
Beautiful.
you know, around the seed,
Yep.
like that.
Yep.
And they
That's
just
it.
kind of fall off.
So this is a really easy recipe. And these pieces, we're going to just chunk them up because we could also use them. A lot of our folks that we've heard from in the Farmacy project have trouble chopping. So we're gonna just do them rough and then just kind of smash them down and show them how to do that too.
Yep.
It makes it real easy because
So go
you
ahead
just,
and add
you know,
them
go
in.
like a circle
add
on the
them
bowl or on the
You want this in here?
peach.
Yeah, please.
That's okay. Got rid of
One
my
down.
peach.
Was that a whole peach?
Yeah, it was
I
just a
could
whole
grab
one.
it and wash it.
Likes to roll.
And then we're gonna do, every recipe calls for a cup. I always scant sugar, so I did 3/4.
Okay.
Oh, you got it, Jackie?
I do.
Okay, great.
Cold water on her.
So this is just a 3-ingredient sorbet. You don't need an ice cream maker to do this. You can just, what we're doing is just mixing up the peaches with some lemon juice and some sugar. And we're just gonna kind of it's nice if you like a chunkier ice cream with fresh, delicious peach chunks in it, then by all means keep some chunky.
It does sound good.
And if you don't, go ahead and chop them up to whatever size you like.
Do you want me to do all of them?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And
Watch that knife.
maybe we should do them a little smaller too.
Oh,
It seems
okay.
like the end pieces are being stubborn. I didn't test
I can
kitchen
do
this. I am
Watch
not
America's
Chris Kimball.
Test Kitchen on TV too.
Yeah, yeah. But all you have to do is just pour this into a brownie pan, loaf pan, whatever you want to use, with the sugar and the lemon juice. And just stir it every half an hour while it sits in your freezer, just to kind of keep the slush vibe going. And we're just going to let this sit for half an hour so that all the peach juice gets pulled out by the lemon
Sounds so
juice.
good.
And like maximum juiciness is going to happen, and then we'll put it in the freezer. And the sugar helps draw that out too.
Yes.
All right. You want to start on I always like to get any zest I can off of that as well. Was there a trick you were talking about with a fork?
Yeah.
Okay, let me go grab a
yeah.
fork.
To get
And
the zest
then
off of
we're
the
just going to
lemon.
mix this all up, and I think we've got our meal put together.
Awesome. It
Here you
smells
go.
so good.
All right, John, how do we do this?
You can go like this and just go down
Okay.
and keep on going down.
What it does is it opens up the
Open the pores up in
pores
this
on the
lemon.
lemon.
So when you zest it,
He's taught me so much. He's so smart.
when you zest the lemon, if you go down too far, you're going to get the
You'll get it
white
the white. That's bitter.
Yeah.
and you
And it's not bitter in the way that
No.
ooh, a little bit of bitterness with sweet sounds like a
Right.
good,
right.
it's not that kind of a good combo.
Now, if it's not juicy enough, you roll it across the table like this and push down on it and keep on rolling like that
Yep.
and just zest it. And if you got a microplaner,
I don't have a microplane. That's the thing.
You
Can
can
we
use
use
it.
that to cut the lemon?
Sure can.
Thanks.
you can get your lemon zest with that.
All right, so we'll get that in here, and then I think we'll have everything good to go. Do you guys want to?
Slice it with that one? Is that what you were going to do?
Yeah.
Right there with the slice. This one. No, that one.
No.
Right? Slice? No?
You want the,
Oh, zest?
If we
want
can
the-
get the zest off, yeah.
Probably
you want the
could.
zest?
Just a little bit.
Yeah, we'll just do a little pinch of zest.
Zest too far down into the white.
Yeah, then it's
That doesn't taste very
the
good.
danger zone.
Now, if you're scared of doing that,
Just grab a hold of it and
you fork it.
that way it doesn't get your fingers. Your fingers are nowhere near it.
There's some, but
Can you get that? There you go. I see some on the inside too. So we will get that
All right.
right out of it.
I know, it's stubborn little guys, aren't they? I always have to kind of scrape on the inside.
Yeah, look, watch.
okay. Here's this better.
All right.
Here's this better.
Don't take too much.
We can finish it off after the show's over too.
There you go.
And
There you
just
go.
All right.
let it go. Do you want to try the baba ganoush real quick?
Sure.
See how I cut some little,
That's about a half a teaspoon maybe
Yeah.
of zest.
Well,
here's one for you,
Oh my goodness.
one for
Oh,
you.
that is delicious.
Good?
thank you.
Once again, we didn't add salt
And
to
that's done
this.
with just that eggplant, not the hummus, huh?
That's good.
We need to add that to a wrap instead
Oh,
of
yeah.
hummus.
You can make that like a,
pita bread, like a
Right.
pita pocket.
what was I thinking?
There's a zest in here.
Like the spinach wraps. You get like a spinach wrap and you put like a little lettuce on the inside. And put some of that inside that lettuce and then roll it up.
There's
Oh
your
my God.
zest.
That sounds good.
That does.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for cooking with me and
Oh, thank you.
sharing all these awesome tips. I have cucumber mouth. Sorry. All right. Well, thank you for
Delicious, though.
joining us with the show. We're thinking of calling it Pharmacy Share Week.
there you
So
go.
I'm sure we'll have you guys back again. And we'll just keep talking about our bags and check in with what we're cooking. So we'll see you soon.
Yep.
Thanks a
Thanks.
lot.